Hi, I wanted to give everybody a preview of my solo show, which will be on display this July at Elaine Fleck Gallery in Toronto. On display will be 9 paintings, 8 of which were created in the last year and a half, and 1 created in 2010. The visitors exhibit itself covers 2 different cultural shocks I've experienced. The first being moving from Canada down to Florida when I was young, and then coming back to Canada. So like me, these visitors are exploring 2 things I've explored. The first being Disney World, which is very close to my heart and inspired me a lot as an artist. And the second being Canada, which I'm just sort of rediscovering now as an adult with my family. There will be 4 pieces that will focus on Disney World. The first created back in 2010, and the last one just created and finished in the last few months. And the other 5 pieces will cover landmarks throughout Canada, focusing on the East Coast and Ontario. Now this piece behind me, which will be on display during the exhibit, is called Visitors Board Union Station. The Union Station in its latest iteration has been around since the 1930s. It's a much older building before that, before it was rebuilt, and is really the entry point into the city for anyone coming into Toronto. And it's a place that I commuted into for 13 years before this lockdown. And of course the visitors exploring and walking throughout, very much like the commuters and the people in downtown Toronto would be wandering around on their day. Although Union Station has never been this empty and quiet, I think, ever before. And beyond the actual building itself, I've got some remaining buildings in the background. You know, they've all sort of started to fall apart and be taken over back by nature, as well as a roller coaster that doesn't exist. Another large piece that I'll have on display is this one. It's called Visitors Hike Blue Mountain. And obviously this is covering just outside of Toronto, the Blue Mountain Village, and particularly the Westin Trillium Hotel, which my wife and I have stayed at in the past, and is very much a quintessential Canadian ski lodge feel, obviously much more built up and much more commercial, but it is a wonderful place and somewhere that I've really appreciated being able to relax and go to. Now we've got our visitors themselves who are exploring the Westin Trillium House and really checking out the area. In the background we've got one of their vehicles, either planting trees or pulling them up. In the foreground we've got our visitor with his actual skis, not really sure what he's doing with them. After all, it is in winter, but it is something that he would have found in the area. And then some of the actual Adirondack chairs that you can find around Mill Pond, who have moved them to different places. We've got overgrowth, which I always put in my pieces. But I was really careful in this one not to age it too much. I don't like showing things that are worn down or too dilapidated, because I want the buildings themselves and the architecture to have some staying power. Another Canadian location that one of my works is covering is Peggy's Cove in Nova Scotia. So along with the Peggy's Cove Lighthouse, we've actually got these little robotic bees that are flying around the provincial Nova Scotia flower, the Mayflower. And then coming in from the coast, a giant robotic squid, as well as in this piece particularly, the airships actually have sails on them that are reminiscent of the Blue Note sail ship from Nova Scotia. Enjoying these 3 paintings will also be 2 additional pieces, one on Parliament Hill in Ottawa, and another one with a giant pink bear towering over Toronto. So once again, thank you for watching. And if you are in the Toronto area or in Southern Ontario and would like to see the work, it will be on display for the month of July at Elaine Fleck Gallery in Toronto. And I hope you'll come by and see the work. It's been a labor of love for the past decade and something I'm very proud of and excited for people to see in person. Thank you.